All right, docs, it's been a while. I've been super busy, not really active here with Facebook, over on YouTube. So I'll take this video and I'll put it on Facebook, I'll put it on YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you click subscribe and ring the bell so that you're notified each time I make a new video. But guys, in this video, I'm going to talk about money comes from people. Okay, money comes from. Last week I talked to a doc and we were talking about virtual practice. We were talking about webinars. So I want to talk about this concept. But the reason why I have not been super active is because I've been geeking out on YouTube ads right now. I have I think probably 18 or 19 YouTube campaigns running right now, all at the same time. We're split testing all sorts of different niches. So like gut dysfunction, we're doing ADHD, weight loss, thyroid. So we have all these different niches running, and then the different targeting. So like local versus national, the different targeting options. So like placements, like putting your video in front of other videos. So like placements versus keywords versus there's so many different ways to retargeting, remarketing, this kind of stuff. So anyway, I'm working with some advanced YouTube agencies and gurus on that. So we'll hopefully try and get that stuff ironed out and then bring those trainings onto you guys, because YouTube is an untapped source. It's phenomenal. But we're split testing different videos and whatever. I'll talk about that as we go along. But anyway, this key concept, money comes from people. One of the hardest things that you could ever do on planet Earth is take a cold traffic, Facebook, YouTube, Google, whatever, cold audience into a webinar and have a big checkout button at the end of that training. Whether it's, by big, I'm talking $500, $400 or $500 and beyond. It's not going to happen. It is one of the hardest things that you'll ever do. Especially in the world of, because I've tried it, I've done a lot of different things, especially in the world of functional medicine, where these people oftentimes are very broken. They've been through the ringer, right? Sometimes I'm the 6th, 7th, 8th doctor they've been to, right? They're on all these medications and it's such a failed system, and so they're very skeptical. And for you to take somebody who's very, very skeptical, very, very broken, I don't care what you see on your webinar, it's very, very hard to take somebody from cold to webinar to, hey, here's five. Last week I talked to a gal, she didn't have $300. I was like, well, let's at least get you food tested. She's like, I don't even have $300. So people are struggling right now, and a lot of these people that are very broken in the functional medicine world, they're very, very sick, and they're just beat up and very skeptical. So what I do is I take them from traffic to webinar training, not overly long, not 90 minutes, quick, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, nice, quick, value-based masterclass. At the end of that is a call. It's a call, right? Because money comes from people. That's what you need to understand. Okay, it doesn't come from a training. It doesn't come from a button. No, if you're low ticket, right? If you're selling something that's $49 or $29 or $79, okay, yes, sure. People will buy that stuff at the end of a webinar. However, what's your ad spend to get them there? You're going to spend this and you're going to make this, right? So I'm a big fan of going higher ticket, bigger, but so it's going to take a call. And that's what it is. So again, you're kind of trading your time for money, but it's the only way to, because ad spend is fairly expensive, you have to do it that way. You have to close bigger case fees, $800, $1,200, $2,500, whatever it might be. But it's going to take a call to get that done, right? And so my call looks like, I've done other trainings on my day one, what that looks like, but my initial call is, I'm a listener, be a good listener. And, find out what they're struggling with. A lot of times, like I said, I'm the 6th, 7th, 8th doctor they've been to. So what's working, what's not working, what have you tried, right? What does a typical day look like in terms of breakfast, lunch, and dinner? What do you drink most of? Do you have any family history of heart disease, cancer, diabetes, Alzheimer's, any family history? And I kind of segue, Mary, what's going to happen if we don't get this thing fixed? What's going to happen, right? What's your ultimate goal, right? We dig into that stuff. And then at the end of this thing, I'm like, then I segue into my functional system and what that looks like. Mary, this is why we're different. This is why we're unique, is what we dig. The beautiful thing about functional medicine is that we dig, find, and work towards fixing the underlying root cause, not just another chemical cover-up, right? We have to fix things at the cell level. We have to fix the gut. So we look at foods, we look at nutrients, we look at toxins, we stabilize blood sugar, right? Bad fats, we have to get rid of. There's a lot. I have a functional program that I take people through. I call it Tri-Wall. I call it all sorts of different things, because we're split testing all the different names of different things. But understand that you just kind of segue from a good listener to say, hey, this is why we're different. This is why we get such great results. This is what I'm going to recommend for you. It's X, Y, Z. We're going to food test, we're going to nutrient test, we're going to minimize toxins, stabilize blood sugar. I'm going to get you books, research. We're going to talk about in my book, we talk about intermittent fasting, we talk about all the stuff that I just mentioned, right? Drinking more water, minimizing, taking supplements, deficiencies, all that kind of stuff. So I don't need to get into it, but I have a book that there's 10 secrets to, and I give it, part of my protocol is I give that to doctors, but that's inner circle stuff. But then you just segue into why you are the solution to their problem. That's sales 101, you guys. You are the solution to their problem. Bridge that gap, and the faster you can bridge that gap, the better you're going to be. Okay? They don't care how something works. They don't care why it works. They only care that it works. Okay? And show them that what you have is a solution, and they'll do it. Okay? But it comes from talking to them. It doesn't come from the end of a webinar. So that's my sermon for the day. Hope that makes sense. So just understand, I have a lot of doctors that are doing virtual stuff. They're going virtual, and that's the best way that I know how at this point. Now, if I ever crack that code of like cold traffic to a training, a masterclass, to a $800 button or a $500 button, I will be the first to let you know, because then we can scale to the moon and back. Then we can, because now you can put in $200 and make $500. And if it doesn't, if you're being removed from the equation, like I can step back and like do nothing, I'll put in $50,000. See what I'm saying? Now you can really scale that up, because now you're positive ROI. But I've yet to crack that code, because is the day that I do crack that code, we're all going to celebrate, because we're free. But at this point in time, I'm just being blunt. I'm just being transparent, right? With what I've seen, what I've done, what I've tested, what I've split tested. And again, we're really drilling deep into YouTube stuff right now, because YouTube is super cool, because Eric Berg or Ken Berry, these guys they're making a video about adrenal dysfunction, or they're making a video about thyroid dysfunction. I set my thyroid video directly in front of his. Like your target audience, how can it get any better than that? You don't have to have millions and millions of followers like he does. You just simply put your stuff in front of his, right? You strategically and ethically hijack that traffic into your world. They click on it. These people are into your ecosystem. You can pixel them, retarget them with different things. But if somebody's watching, if they're researching thyroid and they watch his video, what are the chances that person has a thyroid issue? Probably pretty good. They're trying to solve a problem. They're in search mode. They're hurting. Okay, and you can jump right in front of that. So that's what I'm working on right now. That's why we're split testing all these different things. And so we'll bring you more trainings as we learn more, as we keep growing this thing. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, dump them below, whether it's on Facebook or whether on YouTube. If you want to learn more about all of our stuff, inner circle stuff, just go to thefunctionalpractice.com. Watch that training. That training was updated, I think, about 2 weeks ago. So thefunctionalpractice.com, that tutorial or that masterclass was updated, because again, we're always adding more stuff. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.